Welcome back to SwitchStars. So, I recently reviewed a game called Anomaly Pools on the channel, a pretty horrendous take on the Liminal Space pools game, where you're hunted down by a mask-wearing crazy bitch and have to dodge anomalies. But now comes Backroom Escape, Labyrinth Horror, another foray into the liminal underworld, which once again puts a horror spin on things and has you exploring the maze-like corridors of the infamous Backrooms, avoiding the life form and attempting to escape back to the real world. So let's clip our way out of reality and head into the Backrooms. So the main menu of the game is nothing but a static image of the Backrooms and an audible buzzing sound in the background, a sound synonymous with the space historically created by its fluorescent lights. But we get a settings menu here containing sensitivity, volume and language settings and nothing more. Upon starting the game, we're then treated to a level select menu, and there are 19 levels in the game, each of which must be completed in turn. Now it's worth noting that the game takes place on floor 0 of the Backrooms, also known as the lobby, and right away we get our first glimpse at the life form, a paranormal entity also known as the bacteria or simply the creature, but this monster was created by Kane Pixel and ripped straight out of his Backrooms found footage short movie, which is well worth a watch if you haven't yet seen it. But this serves as the main enemy in the game, and as you'll soon see, Kane's short film has influenced a lot of the content and environmental features that you'll find in the game. This first level though is pretty simple and basically acts as a tutorial, and although we get spotted by the bacteria at the start of it, you won't actually encounter it on this floor, and instead we're taught about one of the main mechanics in the game, that being the hammer and its use, which is to destroy wooden planks which block our way. Other than walking around with the D-pad and ducking with the B button, the only other button that you have to worry about is the A button, which both picks up items and interacts with the terrain, such as hammering planks and opening doors. But that's about it for the first floor, and we escape by wandering down a nondescript dark hallway. Floor 2 is slightly more eventful, as we're instantly pursued by the bacteria, as staccato strings play in the background, growing louder the closer it gets to us. And initially, these encounters offer a whiff of tension as you stumble through corridors attempting to outrun it. That is, of course, until you discover that its AI isn't all that competent, that it slaps you like a wet fish when it catches you, dealing 10 points of damage, and that there are copious amounts of almond water scattered about the Backrooms which restore 30 points of health to you, so any threat that it initially poses is quickly negated. As you make your way through the floors, you'll begin to encounter multiple bacteria, which once again pose more of an annoyance than any real danger to you, and although they can and will phase through wooden barriers, they can actually move through doorways, so you can often exploit this to your advantage. In fact, the biggest issue that you're going to face in the game is simply picking up objects, as the hand-shaped cursor is white and quite difficult to make out, and the hitboxes for objects are quite small, making them very tricky to pick up, especially when on the move. So the basic formula of the game goes like this: enter a floor and search for the hammer whilst avoiding the bacteria, find a wooden barrier and break it open, then search for the exit to move on to the next floor. As you progress, the floors increase in complexity, adding in multiple dead ends and masses of winding corridors which often lead right back to where you started, and there's no map in the game, so you're going to have to form a mental picture of the layouts in your head. As is often the case though, the hammer turns out to be a red herring and you can actually find the exit without it, though it does serve to create shortcuts for you. But one annoying aspect of the game is that the planks remain in place for several seconds after you remove them, obstructing the way forwards. Unfortunately, the level design in the game is a bit higgledy-piggledy and looks like it was thrown together in a matter of minutes, and although there are a few which feature more unique layouts and graffiti on the walls serve as markers for you to navigate this labyrinth of corridors, Finding the exit is still a pain in the ass, and there appears to have been little to no thought put into them, with walls placed haphazardly and frequent gaps where the floor's walls and ceilings meet. The entire format of the game becomes an exhaustingly tedious one though, and although about 10 levels in, a new mechanic is introduced which involves picking up a screwdriver and locating a box somewhere in the maze which contains the hammer, it does very little to break the mould, and in fact only adds to the frustration, as you now have to find the box, to find the hammer, to find the exit. I also encountered a bug in the game, whereby I somehow dropped the screwdriver, which I initially presumed could be used to stab the bacteria with, and which resulted in me having to restart the level. But my journey in the Backrooms ended on level 13, when after 10 minutes of searching, I couldn't actually find the box and grew tired of being pursued by 5 different entities simultaneously. That though is the Backroom Escape Labyrinth Horror in a nutshell. A shallow puzzle come horror game which takes influence from a fantastic short movie but does very little with it. The only saving grace of the game in my opinion is its appearance and atmosphere, because they've pretty much nailed it when it comes to capturing the ambience and appearance of Floor Zero, bar the dodgy wall placements of course, so props off to them with that one. But other than that, it's a mediocre horror title, which for the price, might still be worth purchase if you're desperate to dive into a Backrooms themed game on the Nintendo Switch. With that said though, that about does it for this review. So as always, share your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. Thanks to the patrons of the channel and to you the viewers for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves and game on.